And she goes, oh, well, why are you going? And so I explained to her what I did, and I said, I'm talking about networking. And all of a sudden her face kind of clouds over, and she goes, I don't know how you do that. I don't know. I'm very uncomfortable with networking. It's just, it's not for me. And I go, really? Don't you find, though, that networking is about one-on-one? I said, it's kind of like what we're doing right now, isn't it? I said, I'm learning about you, and you're learning about me. And she said, no, it's just I'm not good in those kinds of situations, Networking is just, and I could not convince her that she was networking with me right now, right? She was telling me, and what it turned out was she has her own business, okay? She is a designer for movie sets, okay? That's what she does, which I found fascinating. I was really intrigued, and I wanted to know more and find out more about her. And at the end of it, on her own, she just pulled out her business card and said, hey, there you go. Yeah, I think I might come out to a meeting and everything. I said, great. And I thought to myself, she just networked with me, gave her a business card. Wasn't aware of it, right? Because in her mind, that's not networking. She's just talking. But that's really what it's about, right? It's just talking to one-on-one, right? So the winning formula, what is it? Business cards. You might look at that and go, what the heck has she got business cards up there for? That is pretty obvious. Really? I don't know how many women have come to our networking meetings without their business cards. It's huge, okay? You never know, not only at these networking meetings, but you never know when you're out. Like I said, the woman on the airplane. Never know. Here it is. Here's the information about me. And if you're one, and I've had people say, oh, I just ran out. Sorry, just ran out. What kind of impression does that leave on me? Are you a little bit scattered? Did you know this event was coming up? Did you know this networking event was coming up? What happened to your cards, right? First impression is everything, right? So having those business cards to just hand out. Okay. Next is work on your handshake. Now I'm going to ask for a volunteer. Who's brave? All right. Thank you very much. I'm going to come up here. We're going to work. Bev, nice to meet you. I'm Kelly. Okay. Kelly. So Bev, no, you're not done. You're going to do. All right. So we're going to start with what I call the limp fish. Okay? So now let's do the limp fish. Hi, nice to meet you. Okay? What do you think? And remember, first impression's everything. What do you think a limp?
What do you think? You're not interested. You're kind of. You're not. Yeah, and I don't appeal to you in some way. Therefore, I'm going to back off because you didn't take me strongly. And I didn't feel anything.
Yes, I'm not reaching out to you. I'm not caring enough to reach out to you enough. Care enough to follow through with the handshake. Right? Yes. Also, we get sort of that impression that maybe that person's not self-assured, either in themselves or their business. Now, all of a sudden, why should I be interested in you if clearly you're not interested in yourself, and you can't have that sort of. You can't get that across, right? Split second. Okay, the handshake. Okay, now we're going to do, we got 4. Okay, next one. Hi, how are you? Okay. Well, what I did was I squeezed her hand really hard. Now, what does that give you an impression of?
You're too aggressive.
Very aggressive, exactly. Yes. Now I'm aggressive. I was at a picnic this summer with my husband, and it was a work thing for him. And I met a woman that he'd been telling me about. He said, oh, she's fabulous in the office. I just can hardly wait for you to meet her. I said, oh, great, okay. I'm looking forward to it. So I introduced her husband. Okay, nice to meet you. Meet her. She takes my hand, squeezes it so hard, okay? My hand is throbbing afterwards, literally, okay? Oh, what the heck? She just took off my hand. What was that about? So I said to my husband later, oh, she must not be a very easy person to work with. And he goes, what are you talking about? No, she's really nice. I said, are you kidding me? She just took off my hand. He goes, honestly, Kelly, she is the nicest person I've ever worked with. And I thought, oh, but her handshake said, so I don't know if anybody's ever told her handshake is a little too aggressive and that's the way it comes across. But in that split second, I made a judgment on her, right? Okay? So now this one, this is just going to be normal, but I'm going to just tell you, my hand is sweaty. Okay? So now I'm going to shake your hand, my hand is sweaty. Okay? Maybe you don't make a big judgment on that, but are you kind of grossed out?
Because I wiped mine on the way out.
But you know what, if you think, and let's just face it, that could be nervousness, right? And being in a room and you're not comfortable, right? So, yeah. Power surge, I like that. But have a napkin with you if it's like a wine and cheese thing or whatever, and just nonchalantly, you know, brush your hand off. And you know, that's okay. And you know, I think men are kind of worse, you know, than women on that. I think, you know, they're not aware more than us. But anyway, so that's and so the last one. Hi, how are you? Okay, that was a little overthinking, but you get the point, right?
Way too much in my space for
right.
a stranger.
Okay, so always to be aware that this is your personal space and this is my personal space, right? And that just because you might feel comfortable that, you know, you're an outgoing person, you like to touch and you like to pull people in, doesn't mean that person you're meeting is going to be comfortable with that. So anyways, let's take the time. Thank you very much. So goal of 2 to 3 quality people at an event. If you're one of those people, which I call a card collector, you walk in and you get 20 business cards and you walk out and go, hey, look at me, I'm really successful because I walked out with 20 business cards. That's not success, okay? What you're going to do, and I shudder at this, but you're going to go the next day and you're going to email and phone call all of these people on your business that you've collected, right? None of these people are going to know or remember who you are because you didn't invest enough to get to know any of these people. You didn't make an impression with them, okay? If you can meet 2 people, okay, you go into a room with the expectation that if you can walk out with 2 quality connections, right, you are doing fantastic. And that means somebody you're set to follow up with the next day and do follow up, okay? And somebody you can see either as a customer or somebody you're gonna work together, whatever, okay? 2. You're having a smoking night if you got 3, okay? And that's the reality. Elevator pitch, I'm gonna talk about that in a minute, but to always have a description, always know what your business is about, you know, and that introduction, that's about 30 seconds long, and you know you're able to introduce your business in that amount of time, okay? Have that ready. Body language and eye contact, this is huge! Body language. If I'm talking to you, right, and I'm kind of doing this, I'm talking to you, but I'm sort of moving around like this, right? What am I saying? Just a little bit disinterested, right? A little bit disinterested. And the same thing goes with eye contact. Eyes are the window to the soul, right? That's why we feel a little bit uncomfortable when we go to networking and it's a little bit uncomfortable looking around the room and to make eye contact. But do it. Make contact with every single person. Because you know what that says? I'm open. I'm open. Here's what it must answer. What is your product or service? Okay? Who is your market? How do you make money? So I don't want you to say, here's how I make money. I want you to say, I sell toys, I'm a photographer, and I sell packages for families and that sort of thing. You always want to be clear and concise about what your product or service is, okay? Who is behind the company? Are you working in the company? Or do you own the company, right? And what is your competitive advantage? What do you have in that particular area that somebody else doesn't have, okay? If you're a photographer and you say to me, there's 3 other photographers who are networking in the room, okay? And you say to me, I'm a photographer for families. Okay. I'm a photographer for families. Great. Photographer for families. Ah, okay. So what makes you different from the other ones? Well, actually, I specialize in babies. That's what I do. I specialize in babies. And I'm looking to, photograph babies and that sort of thing. So suddenly, that's more clear, that's more concise, and that's more than anybody else gave me, okay? Keep this in mind. Your mother should be able to understand the time it would take to ride up in an elevator, okay? I'm a mom, so I just insulted myself, but really it's just want it to be clear and concise so anybody can understand. I don't want any kind of jargon with your company. We all have jargon that we use that maybe we're just not aware of. Sometimes lawyers are horrible for it. Teachers are horrible for it. I don't know if you've ever had this happen to you, but I say, oh, it's nice to meet you, you're a teacher. Yes, oh, what grade do you teach? Oh, I teach grade 5. I teach ESL, TO something, this and that, and all these letters get thrown at me, all these acronyms. And I think, am I supposed to know that? Should I challenge that and ask what that means, or am I just stupid? And I think a lot of times that was how people feel. We feel stupid, we're not going to ask, because maybe it's assumed I should know all that, right? Or maybe she's just talking over me on purpose.